What's going on, everybody? This is Jesse Lozano with the Nerd with Balls podcast, issue number 12. We got Alex right here.
How's it going, everybody?
We got Sergio.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
So let's get into this week. Yep, that.
This week?
Yep, this week.
That's what we're going with?
Yes, this week.
This week.
Yep. Alex, got anything to throw in on that?
This week sounds good.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go. What do we got, Serge?
All right, so they released another video for Supergirl, as if we haven't talked shit about it already.
They're literally putting up every fucking episode already, just with the fucking trailers they're putting out.
Pretty much. And this is a promo video, and it's called Be Super. CBS has released it. And let's get into it. I believe it's like a minute.
I don't like it. Oh, wow. It gets repetitive, like how shitty this stuff is. Alex, seriously?
It's the same stuff over and over again. I mean,
And that's what I really don't take in consideration.
Technical difficulties. It's buffering.
Like, I really don't think that it really... I don't know, man. There's just so much promos for it, like... And it's the same thing over and over.
I think they've overdone it, and they've showed so much of that first episode already.
especially when it's an episode that's already been leaked, so whoever really wants to see it has already kind of seen it.
Even that, you didn't hear much of a buzz, except for it leaked and nobody said shit afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of... It's like all over fucking social media, which I haven't seen shit for it. And apparently it doesn't want to play.
Ah, fuck it, we're not even going to worry about the trailer then.
But here we go.
We gotta go now.
Okay.
See, but yeah, it's the same. I mean, this is all from the previous ones.
It looks like they're going a little darker. Even the cinema's a little different. She's saving her sister, cousin, or whatever again from the what they are
I
playing.
think it's just her best friend.
Yeah, we're just gonna nix the.
Would you save me from like a fucking burning plane that was going to break down if you were
If
Supergirl?
I had the abilities,
Yes.
yeah.
How would you know
But
I
then
was
again, I
there?
would save anybody.
How would you know that? Like, how do you know that specific person's there?
I don't think she did. Well, actually, she might have. 'Cause I think in the trailer, like the longer trailer anyway, they show her like say goodbye to that lady who goes on the plane, and then she sees it going down in the bar or whatever. So she doesn't know that she's on that specific plane, but I think she would have rescued it anyway.
Do you remember that fucking 6-minute trailer and then all those other trailers that came out?
I remember things that I watch. Yeah,
Are you sure?
most of the time.
Liar. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Oh, fuck this. I'm not even worried about fucking this Supergirl shit. It's kind of fucking annoying me. It's on my last nerve.
Yeah, I kind of just stopped the video itself because it was buffering so much that. But if you want to watch it at home, the video is called Be Super. You can YouTube it, whatever. Look for it on Google. But it pretty much shows all the same shit that's been seen in the past few trailers. Star Trek Beyond, which is the new movie coming out, pays tribute to Leonard Nimoy and one of the biggest foundations or whatever, nonprofit organizations that he used to donate to, apparently. And they play this little clip with Zachary Quinto.
Omaze one.
This is like the cheesiest.
It's fucking Star Trek.
No, but I'm just saying, you get those great graphics and this like little thing that they give with this homage. Just kind of like, here you go.
His legendary portrayal of Spock, he influenced countless scientists.
Is he in the next one? Did they film any footage of
the
it?
rest of the cast, including-
I don't think they did.
It was an honor and a privilege to know him and to call him a friend. Leonard's love for the human spirit shone through everything he did. He touched lives around the world.
I don't know.
It's crazy. As old as he was, how many people he still touched.
Oh, yeah, man.
The St.
That
Jude's
sound
In the
right.
weirdest way, I guess.
way in advancing
Take that, Bill Cosby.
and other life-threatening diseases.
Research.
Well, it's good. It's always good to donate charity and shit like that.
The
So.
next Star Trek film at
And then you see all the cast
Live long.
with their Vulcan salute.
I get it. I think it's cool, but I don't know. I've always, how I feel like when I see like nonprofits and like big budgets and stuff like that, people are like, "Hey, here you go. Let's throw this in. Let's throw it into a Catholic charity. How much is actually going into the research center and stuff like that?" It always kind of freaks me out. Using a big name like that, I think it's pretty dope. What do you think, Alex?
I think it's good to donate to charity.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's cool. I mean, it's good to honor Leonard Nimoy for everything he gave and, give back to charity.
So tell me about this Iron Man suit. What was that called that we're going after?
Essentially in the next Iron Man movie, they're bringing a new. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with our news. But this is a story that I know. They were talking about using the bleeding edge armor, which is really powerful. That has the power of a star that powers it. But essentially, the main selling point is that it's made out of nanomachines, so it's essentially always on him. It's in his blood and shit like that, and it manifests itself whenever he wants with his mind. So it can just come out of his skin and become his armor. So essentially, it leaves him never vulnerable. And actually, have you seen that picture down there? That's from the comic. You can see it kind of coming out of his skin.
See, I think that's going to be really tripped out with graphics, like how well they're going to do. Because they never fail when it comes to graphics.
No, yeah.
I just hope it doesn't look like Green Lantern's get up from that movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would do it that way. And I think, they obviously learned from that, so. But it'll be interesting to see, like I said, the graphics that they do use to bring that out.
So you look at that bleeding edge armor. Does it look like that picture that was leaked? The set photo?
No, but it's never going to. I mean,
not exactly, but it looks too bulky, like it would be made out of nano.
Well, that's probably already out. That's probably not.
It kind of reminds me of Backlash. That whole scene. Right there. Whiplash, yeah. Like, remember we were talking about that? I was like, I couldn't even fucking think of it. I couldn't even think of the actor. I see him on my fucking head. Goddamn wrestler.
Yeah. No,
Mickey Rourke?
That's set
there you go.
set photo's far away and grainy, but it's, whatever you see on set is never going to be the end product because they haven't put in the filters and everything like that.
Well, actually, speaking about that, isn't that what we were going over with
Yeah, talking about that, yeah, because earlier we watched the Daredevil, they put out a behind-the-scenes thing about the graphics, or the special effects. It was actually kind of interesting. They showed a couple scenes that they shot and how they laid over all the different special effects and stuff like that. It was actually a pretty interesting little special effects behind the scenes thing. The one thing they didn't talk about that I wanted them to was the hallway fight scene, which I thought was, as I was saying earlier, was one of the better, not only shots, visually in the Daredevil run that they did, but it's just the whole sequence is really cool.
Do you think there was a lot of visual effects in that actual shot? Because there was more camera angles. I was just kind of moving and flowing with it.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell because a lot of the things that they were talking about with the visual effects, it didn't even seem that way. A lot of the fire that they put in, the explosions, and the part where, because they did the snippet about the when he fights the Red Ninja or whatever, and he has that weapon that he's twirling around, and what you find out is that was totally made up. They didn't have that on set. They just put that in digitally, and it doesn't play that way in the show. The show really looked really good with the special effects.
Yeah, with all and they're actually showing that YouTube video. It's actually all animatics, and then they put it out, and they literally give step by step. To me, it just
so much fucking layovers and
it fucking it was so badass when you see it, but then you see this, it's like fuck, they lied to me the whole time.
Yeah.
Fuck you, movie magic.
Well, you literally see that scene where they're in that what is that factory, and what is the blind people or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you just see all the fucking layovers of the fire, how many fucking effects they went into it. And it's like you said earlier, that shit looks fucking easy as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, it's really, organic the way they make it look, because it's not like Star Wars where you're looking at it and you're like, clearly none of that shit is real. You know what I mean? Whereas watching that Daredevil run, you could barely even tell that any of that shit wasn't real. The fire always looked decent, when you're watching.
Even that scene that they talked about where he jumped out of the window into the fucking lake, or that shit looked real as fuck.
And none of it was real. It was just a good shot.
Yeah. They say 85% of it was all fake.
Oh yeah, and he was animated.
Yeah. The other thing, Nathan Fillion, or however you pronounce his last name.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan Fillion.
Stated he wants to play Booster Gold.
When do they get to play the Blue Beetle? Well, those characters usually kind of go together, blue and gold. That's interesting. I mean, it's a lesser known character. I'm not even a huge fan of it. Why does he say?
Well, it's
why
like
he was-
Iron Man. Iron Man was a lesser known character before Robert Downey Jr. played him. He was like second to fucking
Yeah,
Captain
but
America.
Booster Gold's even more unknown because like Iron Man is well known among comic book people. He wasn't well known, outside of in the main public. But Booster Gold is hardly even known by most comic book nerds.
Right. Yeah, I think he voices the shit out of Green Lantern.
Yeah, he
Does
does
a
a
really
really
good
good job
voice.
as Green Lantern. I mean, it should. I've always been a huge fan of Nathan Fillion. Back to Firefly and even that shitty show Drive that he did for a little bit.
Wasn't he like fucking cameoed in what is it, the Big Bang Theory, where they're trying to like get pictures with him and he's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm not
right.
him, but you are him.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
he's
him.
sitting there eating his salad and shit.
Yeah.
The little coffee shop.
Yeah, he's pretty good whatever he's in. He's a good actor.
So do you think another thing that was released this week was Margot Robbie's pretty much backing the shit out of Jared Leto, saying that his Joker is impressive as fuck or whatever, and you think it's more because
She's getting piped by him? Yes.
you think so?
Those are two good-looking fucking people. It would be ridiculous to find out they're not piping.
Isn't he married?
Doesn't mean he's not piping. What if he's doing it with his wife?
It's like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Open relationship. She don't own him.
it's not. That's one couple.
It's Hollywood.
So
How many people do you think?
people can't be monogamous.
No. Because every fucking day somebody broke up. Ben Affleck is fucking the nanny.
So not everybody's Ben Affleck.
Well, I know that. He's fucking
Not everybody's
delicious.
Arnold.
I thought we went over this last week.
We
Ben
thought-
Affleck banged his nanny so that he could be around fucking
Kevin
Kevin
Smith.
Smith.
Well, that makes sense. He probably did. He wants his old friends back. He doesn't want to be a square with, his ex-old lady and all her friends.
I doubt it. If he wanted his friends back, he wouldn't have left him in the first place.
Nah, some guys are just made to be
Did we just
pussies.
skip over something?
No. I'm just going back and forth between the
sorry.
ones that we've already talked about. But another thing that was released actually today was Entertainment Weekly was reporting that FX hasn't completely turned off Sons of Anarchy spinoff or the Sons of Anarchy engine, as it was written down. But they're basically going to do the spinoff centered around the Mayans.
I think with that, because, just looking at Kurt and just his thought process and how great he just does shit, I literally see this coming right after the movie. Or on top of that, this is going to lead into other things because the Mayans were dope in a lot of different levels. But there's so much happening.
It's the same show with Mexicans. Like, what's...
The Mexicans were in the show.
I
they
understand
were.
that. What I'm saying is that this show
They said
would
they
essentially
were.
just be the same show, minus the fucking Hamlet subplot, and in a different... with Mexicans.
No, man, because you got to realize two different morality, kind of. Because when we saw the drama with the Irish and or the Sons of Anarchy, you saw a morality that was changed. Now you're going to find a different culture with the Mexicans and how they kind of play with
Is that
different
not
things.
what I just said? That it's Sons of Anarchy with Mexicans?
No, but that's the thing. It's a total different game changer because I guarantee they're going to be going more into Mexico. There's going to be more bullshit here. They're going to expand probably to the East Coast and other bullshit that they deal with. Not just being around charming.
I have zero interest in watching that.
Because they're fucking Mexicans, you racist?
Because I think Kurt Sutter said all that he needs to say on fucking biker gangs.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fucking great.
No, I'm more looking forward to his new show, The Bastard Executioner. I want to see him do something different. And the reason why I'm even more set against them doing a Mayans thing is because I don't want him to have to split his time between the two shows.
So you're biased?
I want to see something different from him. He's done, what? There's 9 seasons of Sons of Anarchy, right?
7.
7? Even still.
I think after the 4th season, it just died out. I was done.
There's a fuckload of
Really? I thought the progression as it probably started going in, like the last 2 fucking seasons were like, whoa.
Nah.
Except for how he fucking Jax died. That's fucking stupid
Yeah.
as fuck.
I mean, it was cool. Like, some episodes were cool here and there, but after, like, the 4th season, I was just done. Like, the whole thing when they went out to, what is it, Ireland? And, like, they did the whole thing with the fucking...
Yeah.
I think
I've heard all that I want to hear from Kurt Sutter on biker gangs. I'd rather see him... I mean, and he's really good. That show was fucking awesome. But I want to see him do something different. I want to see that Bastard Execution because I think that looks dope. And I love the history that he's trying to go after there and put his flair on that. And I think that's interesting.
Do you think, and I'm not trying to get political at all, do you think with everything happening in the media right now that this isn't going away? Just like the whole culture wars within America, especially like you got Trump and stuff like that. Do you think that has something, because that's not going to go away. It's just getting that issue's getting bigger, and then hey, we got a Mexican biker gang. You think he's not using momentum of that?
No, I think he's wanting. I don't even think he wants to do it. I think it's probably FX that's probably pushing him into it, because I think he was essentially like, well, I've done all I can do with Sons of Anarchy. We can't make any more seasons, but that's probably the biggest show on FX, has been for years, and I think that FX wants him to do essentially Mexican.
Well, they're still doing the spin-off of I guess the prequel to Sons of Anarchy.
The actual movie?
No. A series.
I have even fucking less interest in that.
They're doing a series, and it was announced at one of the Comic Cons. I forgot which one it was, but
you talking about they're going back to like his dad and
like a prequel to Sons of Anarchy.
But the whole Brad Pitt movie supposed to come out was supposed to be a prequel. Is that conflicting? Is that being changed? What's happening there?
I don't know, man. Like I think, but from what I read, that the Kurt himself was saying that they're still doing the spin-off series or the prequel series to Sons of Anarchy.
See, that kind of hurts
on top
me.
Of the mind thing.
Because I get it, you get more bang for your buck with doing series, but being so set on the prequel and having Brad Pitt play the dad, I was like, not just because I think Brad Pitt's a great actor. I was really set on that, but hearing that, man, that's kind of fucking sad if they go that route. And it's weird if they do both.
I think I would have rather seen a series over a movie, though.
I mean, you already know where it ends. I mean,
well, what they originally talked about, it was the relationship that the father had with Jax growing up with Opie. That's why they were so close, because of the influence. And I was like, that's always a great bond. And you could see, there was a lot of things of SOA, but that bond that they had was so amazing. It might have been that influence of the father and how he put it out.
You don't think it'd be better as a series instead of a TV show or a movie?
I think
where they could drag it on and actually show more shit to it?
I think yes, but I just think that I thought that saga was going to be done.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to end it, with a dope-ass fucking movie. Not like Entourage, because it just was one big episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that's literally one of those things you have to see to really get your opinion on it.
All right, moving on from Sons of Anarchy, the spin-off. The Spectre star, Leah Seydoux, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Seydoux. Has been offered the female lead in the upcoming Gambit movie with Channing Tatum. Obviously, with 20th Century Fox is going to be behind that. She's been in the Grand Budapest Hotel. And I don't know the other two movies, but Blue is the Warmest Color, Midnight in Paris.
Isn't that
James Bond
movie? Blue is the Warmest Color? No.
Not sure. But she's coming out of the newest James Bond movie.
Yeah, she's hot.
You watch a lot of lesbian movies?
No, I actually haven't seen that movie.
I haven't seen any of those.
I mean, they're not movies, they're just porn that I watch.
To those me.
But she's not in any of those, right?
How do
I
we
don't think she is. Maybe.
There's only way to find out. Pull some tits.
Some do come up as French.
Go to Sergio's Tumblr.
She's gonna be playing the female lead, and she's been offered the female lead for Belladonna
Bordeaux.
Which is a childhood friend to Gambit.
They're gonna bring some real characters alive with that Gambit if they do it right.
You think so?
If they do it right, but they got. I don't think there's any other choice besides do it wrong or do it
20th
right.
Century Fox does not typically have a good track record with single superheroes. I mean, when you look at like Wolverine and fucking the single Wolverine movies, they don't typically do well with just one hero in a movie. Although you could look at a Fantastic Four and say they don't do well with an ensemble either, but I guess that's beside the point.
Well, the Wolverine one was a little bit better. This not the origin, but the one that followed the sequel, I guess.
It was
was
a little
better,
bit better. If you want to see a Wolverine that has no powers, sure.
It was pretty cool.
There's conflicts. Conflicts are good.
I mean, it adds weight to it because, I mean, he has the potential to be killed, but they're going to, so it's not,
You're a dream killer.
You think that will?
You're an evil man.
You think that's going to lead into Old Man Logan? Like, you think they'll go an Old Man
With
Logan
the new
route
Wolverine
with the new Wolverine movie?
Probably. I mean, they've said that, it's going to be, what's his name's last one, so
Yeah.
might as well. That's where the road ends for him. Might as well take it there. This is a story I am fucking excited about. Avatar: The Last Airbender is making a new comic book series based on Zuko, specifically after Zuko's the Fire Lord at the end of the series. And it's focused around him as after he becomes the Fire Lord, and how he rules his kingdom and stuff like that. Looks like it's going to be interesting. They've done comics in the past talking about Zuko's mother and stuff like that. And they've all been pretty interesting. I'm sad that they're not making a new series, especially now that Korra's off the air and stuff like that. But it'll be good to hold it over to see if they come out with something new.
I watched a little bit of Airbender. I thought it was pretty cool. Like I think the series was on Netflix or is on Netflix.
It comes on and off, and sometimes it's on what is that? Amazon Prime or whatever. They have it on there. So you can watch it. I think they have both series on there. I think they have the Legend of Korra and the Last Airbender.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah, the original one, the original 3 seasons is fucking amazing. It's one of the best cartoons I've ever seen. Not just from visually it's of its day. It's a early 2000s cartoon, so it's not visually the best thing, but the storytelling and the world that they make is amazing and fucking way better than the shitty movie they made.
Leave Shyamalan alone.
You didn't like the movie, bro?
No, I hated that movie.
Did you like Signs?
Like I was saying earlier, you can't get the name wrong when you're especially when it's not a book. Like everybody looks at a book and there's some names where you're like, well, how do you pronounce that? But literally, there's 3 seasons of a show in which they said his name every episode, and then you change the main character's name. It makes no sense. Like if you can't get that right, then what are you even trying to do?
I can dig it.
Moving on. And
so what do we got
actually
here?
Did like Signs. I thought Signs was pretty good.
Mel Gibson's a great actor. He does a lot of justice. Thank you for referring back to that. So we're moving forward right here. We got Jesse Quick, right?
Yeah. So Violet Bean has been cast as Jesse Chambers in The Flash. She's better known as the speedster Jesse Quick.
Alex, what do you think about that? It's another speedster to put on Flash. It'll be interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't even think I've ended the last season, so I can't really talk too much on that. But it's always good to have multiple speedsters.
I can dig it. Serge?
Yeah, I like the ending of The Flash, the first season, and I think the more characters, the better. It's just crazy how they add a lot of characters, and it just goes back to it goes from one story to the next, and they just how they tie the whole season together was pretty cool. But I don't know, it could be different with more speedsters, I guess, because even Jay Garrick's supposed to be in this next season.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Wally West.
But West.
I don't know if he's going to be a speedster in that second season, but it'll be cool.
I think of all the ones that they bring up, I think Wally West has the most potential to be a longer running character on that show. Because he's more in the comics,
he has more ties. Yeah. Because I think they also announced earlier this week, which is really quick since we're still on The Flash, that Linda Park is still coming back, or she's coming back to the second season of The Flash, which was Barry Allen's love interest at the time that he was at. She was one of the reporters that was working with Iris West at the time.
Yeah.
And she was dating whatever his name was, the detective, was partner to her dad. But anyways, basically there's going to be a lot of conflict, and basically she's going to start dating Wally West, from what they're saying.
Yeah, that's always one of the downfalls of the CW fucking shows, is they're horrible with managing relationships. But
yeah, it's going to be all over the place, man. But I'm excited to see it. Season 1 was pretty fucking cool.
I think they impulse that negative relationship bullshit, that teeny drama issues. I think that's what they really press when they do their show.
Oh yeah,
it's the fucking CW.
It's the CW, and that's the downfall of the CW shows, that they're based, primarily for a teenage audience, and teenage audience when it comes to romance are just fucking so dumb. It's ridiculous.
Come on, bro.
Remember when we fell in love?
Felicity.
It's true.
We're still here.
It's true.
What are you crying about?
No.
We had a lot of drama.
Still sticking to The Flash, Demore Barnes has been cast as, I don't know how to pronounce it, so if I butcher it,
looks really familiar.
Tokamak, which is the villain to Firestorm.
I don't know. I wasn't a really huge Firestorm fan.
Yeah, neither was I. But yeah, he's been cast as a villain for the Flash show, and yeah.
What has that dude been in? Because he looks really familiar.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull that up right now.
But it looks like he was also affected by the particle accelerator, as everybody else has been.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that. He was in the unit.
Is that the biggest thing?
No, I doubt it's the biggest
Is that
thing.
that
12 Monkeys
military
TV
show or
series.
whatever?
Let's see.
I think that's where I know him from. 'Cause I think
Splinter Cell Blacklist. Hannibal TV series. Tobias. And then, Being Erica, Supernatural.
no, I don't watch
All
that.
right, we got the unit.
Yeah, that was that military show, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I never got down with it. Any of the stuff's like his whole resume. I've never seen anything.
Yeah, I think that unit show was the only one that I watched. It was pretty decent, though.
There was a 12 Monkeys TV series.
It's currently on. They're
Is
just
it?
going to start their second season here in a little bit.
Did you ever get down with that?
Not particularly. They go way away from the movie, and I love that movie. I thought it was a great movie.
Well, they're time traveling.
Well, they are time traveling, but it's not sort of the same in the sense that. I mean, you know, in the original, you've seen 12 Monkeys, right?
Yeah, but it's been a minute.
Well, essentially, the theme of 12 Monkeys is that if a time traveler were to come back to the past, which would be our present day, and started telling us shit that was going to happen, he would sound like an insane person.
Yes.
And so they fucking, tie him up and put him in the fucking insane asylum and all that kind of shit. And that's really what that movie is based on. But the show is more about just time traveling sci-fi shit. Like they have, armies that are going against each other. It's not the weirdness that the movie is. 'Cause that's a fucking that's a Gillian movie. The director, I can't remember his name, James Gillian, and he's a trip. He has that new movie, Zero Theorem. You seen that movie?
Nah.
It's like they're. It's been a while since I watched the trailer. I haven't watched the movie, so I might butcher this. But it's essentially about. It has Christoph Waltz, the guy from Inglourious Basterds and shit.
The one that's eating the croissant.
Yeah, he's in the future, and they have this machine that's trying to figure out the meaning of life that they call the Zero Theorem, and so it's basically him trying to figure that out in this neo-futuristic world. It looks pretty interesting.
Check that out. Serge, hit me.
All right, so I'm pretty excited for the upcoming season of Gotham. I like Gotham. This picture was released this week, and it shows Thomas Wayne, which we all know is Bruce Wayne's father. But at the end of the first season, it showed Alfred and Bruce Wayne finding this secret fucking door to a cave, and that's where it ended. So they showed the image shows the office of his father, which is pretty fucking weird because at one point when we were watching the season, I don't know if it was Alex, but somebody brought it up that not sure what time period the fucking show set up in, but he has a flip phone. And then you look at this picture, and there's fucking flat screen
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
monitors.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty evident. Even from watching the first season, it's set in sort of modern times, so it's not like taking place in the 80s or something like that. But I mean, there's not a lot in this video. It's just a picture of an office. I don't know if there's something we're supposed to be looking for or whatever. But
No, I just think it was just one of the spoilers and little fucking teasers.
yeah,
You know how they fucking play with our emotions? And they're bringing that bitch back. Jada Pinkett
Smith.
Yeah, fucking hate that.
I don't know how they're gonna
I don't
bring
think
it
that's
back.
been confirmed yet, right?
Yeah, it has been confirmed.
Yeah, they already confirmed that. Do you think they're going to bring Jaden? If they bring Jaden, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking
I
done.
highly doubt it, man.
I hope.
You know how he's a weirdo.
Not even that. His mommy and daddy think there's somebody's in Hollywood.
Yeah, but
All his dad does is cry.
I think we've touched on that so many times.
Fuck
Yeah,
it!
but he gets paid millions of dollars to cry. So.
But he looks good crying, though.
if you got paid millions of dollars,
I'd cry and suck a dick for $1 million.
do you look good when you cry?
I don't know. Do I,
How
Alex?
good when you suck a dick? Is the question.
Do I, Alex? For both questions. Fuck, you guys don't answer that. Alex, tell us about... Fuck that. Alex, tell us about your Game of Thrones.
So there's rumors now that they're going to be bringing the Hound back. The Hound in the previous series was Joffrey's bodyguard. He becomes his Kingsguard for a while, and then flees with Arya Stark. Well, in the book, or sorry, in the show, he flees with Arya Stark, or eventually takes Arya Stark from the Brotherhood without banners. In the books, he just kind of wanders off. You don't really get a chapter on him or anything like that. But they're saying that there's in the show, the last time, obviously spoilers for the last couple seasons of the show. But he fights Brienne of Tarth, and they both get pretty fucked up in the battle. But it's insinuated that he essentially is supposed to have died because he falls off a mountain and is at the bottom talking to Arya, and she kind of leaves him there just to die. But you don't actually see him dead. So there's, and that's a big thing with George R. R. Martin and the show. That you don't really see somebody dead. You can't really say that they are dead. So there's rumors that he's coming back. The strongest one is that he is going to come back to eventually fight his brother, who is also, theories that he is Robert Strong, who is essentially a zombie that Qyburn brought back, but that the Hound will eventually become the Faith's champion in their trial against Cersei. So
is the one that brings him back? Is he the one that doesn't have nuts?
No, that's Ferris.
Oh, okay. The skinnier one with the little. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like the show, and Arya is the one that was supposed to. I only watched the first season, so I don't remember much about it. But Arya's the one that's supposed to marry Joffrey. First season, second season. Or
no, that's Sansa.
Sansa. Arya's the younger sister.
Right, the younger sister. Yeah, it would be interesting to bring him back. And like I said, he's a beloved character. Well, not beloved, but he's a lot of viewers like him, and he's a good actor. He was the one who played what's his name? Well, I didn't have a name, but the retard in
Yep. Radio?
No, what the hell's the name of that movie? The Simon Pegg movie?
Simon Pegg.
Hot Fuzz. He's the one who's like, yarp. That guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He plays that guy.
That's fucking horrible.
And this is what he looks like.
Yeah, that's him.
In the show.
He ain't shit. I fuck him up. With my fuck stick.
Prove it. All right.
Time to see me in the streets.
So we've talked about Blade before. We're going to talk about Blade again. It was rumored this week that the new movie is going to be based on a female Blade.
His daughter.
Did he have a daughter?
I don't recall, but comics could be. I'm more the mainstream movie. But that's how they're going to spin it.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, right. The original Blade's daughter.
Oh.
So, I don't know. Bleeding cool, I think they're dope. I think they have a lot of shit to say, but I think a lot of times they're just putting out information, just hearsay compared to, this is facts.
Just to kind of get a buzz and shit.
Yeah, because they're saying this is going to hit this fall. So, I don't know. Let's see where it goes. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd like to see the spin that they put on it. I think that would be pretty dope.
Well, so I think we talked about it before when they did announce that, there was rumors
this
that
is for the comic. This isn't. There's.
No, it's a Blade movie.
Blade movie.
Well, what are the all different titles?
Well, because Marvel owns Blade, so
Right.
they were talking about this when they were talking about the all different titles for Marvel's upcoming shit. But yeah, we were talking about it where we were saying that Blade's going to be like some type of mentor to whoever the new Blade's going to be and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
This would be pretty cool.
Just want to see who fucked Blade.
Vivica A. Fox. She looks like a monster now, so.
She looked like a monster then. We were just young and stupid. After 50.
Who could you see playing his daughter?
Shit, dude, that could be endless. There's so many potential girls that are badasses.
Gabrielle Union.
She, for sure, probably too old.
She's too old.
Probably in her prime, fuck yeah. Like, even, what's that chick's name? She's that fucking baddie, like, from Stomp the Yard and shit like that. What's her name?
Megan Good?
Yeah, like, she's always a fucking nice bitch.
Yeah, but she's already old, though. And when it comes to that, I mean, like, I think maybe the chick that plays Iris West for Flash could pull that shit off.
She's bad.
She's a younger girl, younger chick.
I'm trying to. What was that girl? She did that. She was on fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Gamora.
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
Saldana.
I think she would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But she's already in a Marvel movie.
She's not that particularly
and this is
young.
owned by Marvel.
That's true. Well, she's not young. That's true.
I mean, if they're trying to go,
I just saw it. Have you guys seen the as fucked up as this sound? Have you guys seen like the new trailer for like the Muppets?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Well,
When we watched the Straight Outta Compton movie, or trailer last week,
Yeah.
that's something I watched.
Well, I know. I'm trying to think which Muppet. He walks up to a girl. I'm trying to see. I see her in my head, and she's just like, "Yeah, can you get me a green drink with like some blah 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 peppers?" He's like, "Oh, that wasn't my job. I was just trying to say hi." She's
commercial?
Like, yeah, it's a commercial, and they're getting ready for the TV series on like NBC or whatever. But she would be dope. I'm trying to think what movie she was in.
Wait, they're making a Muppets TV series?
Yeah, they're coming back. We talked about this.
No, he wasn't here.
Well, guess what? You broke my heart, and they're coming back. My childhood is going to be back.
Along with Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah,
take that.
Let's see. We'll see where that goes. 2018.
All right, yeah, I think it'll be a cool concept to bring Blade back as a mentor type to his daughter. Another thing announced this or rumored this week that George Miller was. So they pretty much before they said Man of Steel 2, which the sequel to Man of Steel was placed on permanent hold. It wasn't on hold, and they were rumoring that, or there was rumors that George Miller was going to direct that movie. But now it's out there that Man of Steel 2 is on permanent hold, so but he's still set to direct this agency.
So if they do decide, if Justice League has success and some of these other movies have success, then they'll bring back another Man of Steel movie, and it's possible that he could direct it.
Right, but I think he's still going to direct another movie, a DC movie, before that even happens.
So when they say permanent hold, that just pretty much means like you're fucking locked out.
Pretty much.
But I'm not saying like George Miller. We've seen what he did with the Mad Max, the originals, and the new one. It's pretty fucking dope. Like that Mad Max, Then you see Happy Feet in the direction he went. I think as weird as it sounds, I think he would have done fucking great justice to it.
To Man of Steel?
Yeah, especially with the visuals. You get away from Zach's color scheme that he does, just going so dark. We've talked about that quite a few times, especially you, Alex.
Yeah, but you'd have to have a good writer on it, because even if you look at Mad Max, like that story, there's essentially no story in that movie. It's just
Oh yeah, it's
chasing after people. And I don't think he's necessarily a good storyteller. He's like you said, a very good visual, artist, but he's not a good storyteller. So I would hope that if they do, have him direct, that they have a good writer to go along with them.
That's a crazy thing right now when it comes to writing. There's so many great storytellers coming out.
Yeah.
There's so many guys just trying to show their bones and just try to put a spin on this and that. Because the Lethal Weapon, we talked about that last week, didn't we? There's a Lethal Weapon spin that they're trying to do it. Bring it back Murphy, Murdoch or whatever. So you got Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, they're actually going to be like chiefs and shit. And their new guys are bringing in new guys. So you got like Chris Rock bringing in their dudes. And there was a pretty crazy spin. And I was just like, you know what, that's fucking crazy. Like, that would be a great series to keep moving on because it still can. Plus, those fucking things are legend because they went from serious to fucking the last one was just one big comedy badass.
I think most writers now that are fucking amazing are writers that are attached to TV series, essentially because they have a longer period of time where they can write something fucking good.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but TV, especially when you're trying to make that kind of show, is definitely a worse medium for telling a story.
Because you have no bounds?
It's not that you don't have any bounds, it's the fact that you don't know when your story is going to end. So I start telling a story, so I start telling a story, right? And I don't know if somebody's going to make me stop talking in 5 minutes or if somebody's going to make me stop talking in 50 minutes. So now the way I structure my story has to be different because I get the end of 5 minutes and I could have to stop telling the story there.
Do you think, and I always go back to this, with the world of Netflix and shit like that, do you think that might change the perception? Because, Netflix is, no, it's not going to be this series if you guys like it. No, fuck you, here it is.
I think what Netflix does is it gives people an option to make a new series. Because they do pick up a lot of shows that get canceled and stuff like that. So it gives them kind of a second chance, second bite at the apple. If their shit does get canceled. A lot of times didn't work with Constantine and stuff like that, but
Hey, throwing salt on fucking open wounds,
I
sir.
think that was just a time slot that it didn't work with.
They fucked him in the beginning. We all know that. They threw him on a Friday.
well, no, I didn't mean that. I just meant it didn't work. That Constantine didn't go to Netflix. Was all I meant.
Oh, well, you know, the weird thing is, as weird as it sounds, I still feel that there's that, especially because of the Arrow.
You still fucking.
Maybe I'm just praying and hoping for it, but I think they're still trying. Don't fucking shit. Can you just say, Jesse, you know what? I hope it does.
No.
Yes. Well, fuck you. Fuck you. I want it so bad. Like, I want that more than every other fucking series out there.
Yeah.
It was a good series.
Yeah, fuck me.
All right, still sticking with the Superman deal. Maybe we could have a little fun with this one. As everything else, there's in the comic book world, I guess, pop culture world, everything's always a debate. So, who's a better fit in a relationship with Superman, Lois Lane or Wonder Woman?
Alex Ferguson.
He is a redhead.
Oh, man.
I mean, just from a physical standpoint and
I
think we're going that route.
power.
I think we
shit
just
like
did.
that.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman obviously has to be the better fit because she can actually. I mean, they can actually be in a relationship.
You think everything has to come to physical? Can't you just love somebody?
Can, but
But I don't. It goes down to physical because all I want to do is have sex.
With who?
Well, Alex, of course.
Fuck, how many people you having sex with?
so Lois. No, I mean, it's the old versus the new. Obviously, in the New 52, they're doing it with Wonder Woman, with their relationship. It's all just to sell fucking comics. I mean, you're talking about the love life of fictional fucking characters.
That makes more sense than fucking Kanye and fucking Kim Kardashian.
Fair enough,
But-
but I don't want to talk about them either.
I wouldn't mind watching her fuck. But even with that, as weird as it sounds, I would still say Wonder Woman and Superman, just because of the superpowers, they have a lot of things in common.
Right.
You know, and
But
you
there's other superheroes out there besides Wonder Woman.
no, for sure. But then I look at Lois Lane and him. There's so much conflict.
Well,
So
I
it's
mean,
basically like Thor and Natalie Portman.
I was gonna say you literally almost gave me a boner because of her. I love her. Fucking, but you know that's why I just look at it because maybe it's just our time period that we grew up. But it's like you want him to be with Lois Lane. It don't
But
make sense.
there's no reasoning. I mean, there's no reasoning why the personalities of Lois Lane should fit with Superman. It's what everybody's comfortable with because it's what's always been. I mean, in every comic book, fucking in memoriam that has had Superman in it, he's been with Lois Lane, and it's just or Lana before
Fuck
that
it.
or whatever.
Superman's gonna fucking backstab Batman and take Rachel from him.
I hope so. Rachel. Okay, what do we got with this?
All
Fucking...
right, so Kung Fu Panda released a trailer this week, and it's kind of a Star Wars themed trailer. And let's check it out. So if you're at home, pull up the Kung Fu Panda trailer, Star Wars theme.
Or don't. It's up to you. We got
Starts off with the heavy breathing.
That just sounds like me fucking walking up some stairs.
So it's your movie because you're fat? Because you're a panda?
Fuck, did you call me a panda? I got feelings.
I am your father.
So you got the whole spin-off. Kung Fu Panda 3.
You guys want to watch a third Kung Fu Panda?
I love Jack Black, dude.
Bryan Cranston is getting a shit ton of work.
It's creepy.
Well, yeah, after they cut his fucking time short on Godzilla, fucking killed him off at the beginning.
Godzilla.
That movie's gonna suck either way.
Pandora? Or, Pandora? Fuck, man! Panda?
Kung Fu
No,
Panda?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Okay. It's not, you only go so far with fucking a lizard.
So we also talked about Fantastic Four last week.
Greatest fucking movie to come out ever.
There's still shit coming out about it, dude.
I guarantee you, it's the biggest shit in the world. Actually, the more I look at this fucking photo, it looks like a rip-off of Batman.
From when he's like standing by the
Yeah.
building and shit. Yeah.
Like, you know, Christopher
Nice,
Nolan,
they tend to
Batman's.
do that.
Huh?
They tend to do that with the posters and shit like that. Like, if you look at all the Marvel posters, they're essentially the same fucking poster over and over and over again.
Yeah, I never really looked at it, so I saw that. But, you know, the sad thing is this fucking god-forsaken fucking movie didn't even take place here. And
They
there's
had so much
buildings and shit.
potential with all the actors. So much potential.
There was only. She was actually a fucking dime piece. She was nice. And she
Except until
annoyed
they
me.
put the fucking blonde wig on her and she looked like shit.
So who gives a fuck? Some people like role playing.
Yeah, I don't know, but Max Landis wrote the film Chronicle for Josh Trank. Apparently had his own script written for Fantastic Four, and it was going to show pretty much Fantastic Four being able to go toe-to-toe with the Avengers. Possibly even stronger than the Avengers.
Yeah, he also talked about the relationship with him and with the Fantastics and Doctor Doom, and how he was going to essentially wait, until the third movie to kind of bring him as the villain, where he would be, the hero. Well, not a hero, but he would be a helper to the heroes for the first two movies. I mean, it sounds interesting. It'd be, as interesting as any of the other movies. It sounds a lot like, Spider-Man or stuff like that, the way they did.
Well, he did mention that it kind of wanted to do it like Spider-Man-esque, so
yeah.
yeah, Max Landis gave his input or brought out his whole little...
Speaking of which, let's look at those dope-ass pictures.
For Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
So these were concept art that weren't released or that were supposed to be used in the Fantastic Four movie, and it shows Doctor Doom's Planet Zero castle. I think it's pretty sick. You watched the movie, Alex hasn't, but...
Yeah, no, it looks dope.
I was telling them they didn't have anything like this in the movie at all.
Well, you could just see just from pure budget where they went.
Yeah, it was like shitty budget.
Like some of it looked cool, and
Like,
then
I
some
like
was just
that
like,
bottom picture.
yeah. No, even that just tried to render that. Fuck me, man. That's gonna break the bank.
So if you want to see them, we'll put them up on the podcast. You should be able to see all four images that were released of Doctor Doom's castle, Planet Zero castle. Sticking with Marvel, I guess, but I guess not, because 20th Century owns Fantastic Four. But Jeremy Renner says that the mask for the Hawkeye is not coming anytime soon.
Thank you.
I actually want to see a mask for Hawkeye.
I don't know. I think he looks pretty badass the way he is. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, I think it looks... and it differentiates him from the other heroes in as much as he's just a human-based hero. He's not. He's essentially the same way as Scarlet Witch, who also doesn't have a mask. It's kind of the way that they differentiate, the two.
Yeah. I wish they would throw a mask on him. Because, like, if you watch the Avengers movie, how, like, he kind of is low-profiled, and if you want to cover his face up to just not expose him to the world.
Yeah, but he's an agent. He doesn't have to be, and he's not a hero. Like I
Did
said.
you guys see his interview he actually did with Black Angry Nerd? Yeah, at the Wizard Con or whatever.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it came out. That was like one of the big highlights because he was Black Angry Nerd was going after everybody, or Andre. He was going after everybody, just talking and interviewing, and that was one. And he actually came out just with the successes of both of them. He's fucking sitting there with a damn
Jeremy Renner?
Renner or whatever. He had like a fucking champagne bottle, just like this for you guys and us. Let's fucking drink. And I was just like, oh shit.
So he was drinking with the Black Angry Nerd.
Yeah, and like Black Angry Nerd just in the background, like, oh fuck, because I think that guy genuinely is a big pussy.
Black Angry Nerd?
Yeah, he's a real.
In a good way.
No, not in a good way. I think he's a guy if a bar fight would break out, he'd be crying in the corner. He would be Cologio from fucking.
So is that why he was hanging out with the superheroes?
No, I think he's made so much buzz. He's fucking great. He's doing a lot of amazing things. That's why I'm just like, fuck yeah, hats off to him. I think he's probably a cool dude, but masculinity probably not there at all.
Are you there?
More than him, fuck yeah. I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Stallone compared to that motherfucker.
Prove it. Take your shirt off.
Fuck, I didn't say physically. Well, now or then?
Mentally, Stallone was broken.
Well, fuck, me and him got a lot in common. So was Arnold Schwarzenegger. His father was all fucking Nazi party and shit.
Poor guys.
All right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's dad was a Nazi? Is that what
He
you
was
said?
a part of the Nazi party. That was one thing that they've always tried to keep away. And he talked about it, But hey, fuck it. What are you going to do? It's a different time period.
It's true.
Arnold.
Did we talk about the Joker? We talk about that?
No, nobody
What's
brought
up with
anything
the
about the
Joker?
Joker. Oh, wait.
Well, we talked about Margot Robbie
Yeah.
tying in with the Joker, but
I missed that.
What do you got?
Did you guys hear about the new theory that's been floating out there about the new
fuck.
Joker?
Oh, fuck.
Don't
I don't want
bring
to go with
this up.
theories, man. Go ahead. Let's go.
those two go ahead.
Yeah, essentially the latest theory that's going around is that this version of the Joker is not the traditional Joker, but is going to be one of the Robins.
Okay, yeah.
That has been beaten to death, and nearly to death anyway, and assumes the persona. What do you guys think about that?
Which would be Jason Todd.
I mean, if they use that name, but they might not. It depends on how into the lore they go to. They just could say it's Robin or whatever.
It makes sense with like the trailers and shit like that. You actually see the Robin outfit X'd out and shit like that, because that now, speaking of like a theory like that, makes a lot of fucking sense. Besides, he just died.
Well,
Yeah, and it makes a lot more sense to the way they're kind of making it go away from the traditional Joker, because with the tattoos and everything, it's definitely a different type of Joker. So it would be interesting to see it manifest that way, that he is essentially a Robin who's been twisted.
Well, there's like a meme, like you have Jack Nicholson, and it was like the gangster, and then you had Heath Ledger, and it was like I forgot what they called him,
The anarchist.
Yeah, there you go. And then the third one, psychopath or sociopath or whatever. Like, it's building, because we're starting to see the Joker getting darker and darker.
I wouldn't say darker. I would say more eccentric, because they're making him. Because Jack Nicholson's was plenty dark, and Heath Ledger's was definitely dark, but they're just making him, for lack of a better word, crazier and crazier every time. They want to make him, as extreme as they can. Because even when you look at Heath Ledger's, yeah, he was crazy, but he always had a method to his madness. He always had a plan. He always had something he was doing. And I'm not saying that's not what they're doing with Jared Leto, because it by all means it could be, but from what we've seen of him so far, it just looks like they're making him very crazy, almost psychopathic.
They're having tie in pretty much to what Suicide Squad looks like, and Batman versus Superman.
Right.
Because they look dark.
So do you think, as I said, darker, do you think that had to do with, like, the time period shit was coming out? Like, when we got
Tim Burton's last Joker movie just came out, 5 years ago? If that?
2008.
Is that one? Yeah, so a little bit more than that, but...
2012.
Ah, fuck.
Some of those two.
I think
it was
the first
2008.
one. No, I think the first one came out in 2008.
No, the first one came out in 2005. Batman Begins.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it was 2008 and then 2012.
Okay, yeah. But even that, that's not that long ago.
Yeah, because, I don't look at Jack Nicholson, like, seeing it now. At the time, looking at it now, I'm like, you're fucking cheesy as fuck. You're dope, but you're cheesy as fuck. I want to see where this Joker goes.
Yeah, I don't think... and the problem with that early movie, especially the Tim Burton, the 89 Batman, is that I don't think anybody necessarily knew about the comics. When you look at it, Tim Burton definitely didn't know anything about the comics. When you look at the way he portrayed those characters, especially when you get to the second one, you have Penguin and Catwoman and stuff like that. Like, they have almost no reflection of what they are in the comic books, especially the Penguin. He went from being a gangster in the comic books to a fucking freak in the sewer. You know what I mean? So they don't, and especially Jack Nicholson I don't think is a huge comic book fan, so he wasn't really trying to portray it the same way. So it's different that way.
Well, it's touching back on those rumors or speculation where the Joker was one of the Robins
Right.
or whatnot. They were showing that on one of the pictures, the picture where Jared Leto's holding his head and shit, and he's smiling, and you can see his fucking metal teeth and shit. There's 2 holes in his shoulders. It doesn't look like holes, but if you look closely, it looks like it would be 2 holes, which tie into, if you zoom into the Batman costume and the trailer for Batman vs Superman, there's 2 holes in the same area.
Yeah, and they also point to the fact that some of the dialogue in the trailer where Batman's talking about how many good men have been in Gotham and how many stayed that way and stuff like that. They're saying that could be a reference to the Robin turning, and I think it would make more sense that way if you do have that psychopathic Joker, because it makes it more of somebody breaking and becoming the Joker that way, rather than a chemical spill or something that just kind of made him a laughing, maniacal man. That you have somebody who's actually psychologically broke and became something else. So I think it would be interesting to see that kind of take on the Joker.
That makes sense.
And to end that note with the Jared Leto Joker, he finally chopped off his green hair. He posted a picture on Instagram.
Has he done filming?
I don't know. I think they did wrap up filming, but I could be wrong. But he showed a picture where he chopped off his green hair.
Next project.
Right.
Well, I think that's that for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Alex?
Good talking to you.
Serge?
It was fun. We'll see you guys next week.
Check y'all next week. Make sure to like and share this shit.
Follow us
Bye.
on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Suck our dicks.
Yeah, that too. Later, guys.